Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, hi. I'm ready to bonk Mr. Ferdinand. I mean, learn more about Dorothy, yes. That is what I meant to say, But if I have to bonk him, that'd be great. I would love that. So for now, let's go to Rogue Signal. Oh no, there's so many of the suits. Yes. Lovely suits. Susie, do a thing. There's 3 entrances and 2 exits, and there's stairs. Okay. That ain't too bad. Yeah, it should be fine. I'm just gonna believe. And as long as I believe, everything shall work out. Yes, that is the way it works. I hope. Okay, so I do have to destroy them. How long has it been since you were last here, Director Saria? Going a little spacey? That's not like you. Thinking about the test site? Do you remember Hayden 1 Laboratory? Of course I do. That's where Ifrit's from, right? We even investigated that place together. I've been to several hundred similar ruins since. It's very risky to work with the military. Ryan Labs hides behind layers of contracts and conducts these dangerous experiments with other laboratories doing the dirty work. What do I remember from last time? Oh man. So much happened last time. Luckily, we rescued the people from the lab using the power of friendship and hive mind. Mr. Ferdinand needs to be bonked no matter what, though. I also feel bad for Saria's informant. He just wanted to enjoy a drink. And I also felt bad for our elite operator because he was not welcome during that little chat. But I was welcome, which is amazing but at the same time sad because that means he sees me as a pleb. But it's fine, I am the greatest pleb. But this time, Ferdinand chose to charge into the fray himself. That tells us Ryan is one careless move away from turning into one of those ruins. If he fails, Ferdinand will end up buried under the ruins too, right? His real cause of death won't even hit the papers. Also, I want to know what that black bean tea tastes like. I want to see it. And taste it. Ferdinand has no way out of this anymore. He has no choice but to make sure this experiment succeeds. Are you worried about Silence and the gang? I'm only analyzing the risks. Huh, I thought you were more honest than that. Okay, she'll be fine. She's a lot stronger now than she used to be. Just to look out for Iffy. Plus, we have the power of the pioneers on our side, and Elena. Are you consoling me, Director Miosis? That's unnecessary. I've never doubted Silence's and Telopsis' abilities. They will assume their own responsibilities, and so will we. We will work with each other. I believe in our operators. You're showing more of a human touch, Saria. I believe in our operators, like emotional support Gray and his epic marketing. My, you really have a way with words. Makes me want to jump ship and hop over. Go ahead, Miosis, jump on over here. You can be in my base. You want to stay in my base forever? Ooh. What would I want to know about Dr. Delareed? I want to know about the visions that are seen during the dreaming. Like all those visions. I also want to know what Dr. Delareed looks like. I'm so curious. And more about the friendship and why Telopsis was so willing to do the experiment. Multiple power armor signals approaching. Doctor, the library merc is catching up to us. Perhaps she's waiting nearby. Dr. Misaki Nobunaga, are you sure Kirsten is here? Saria's right. Ferdinand can't take this failure, and we don't have time for trial and error, do we? Ferdinand doesn't want to let anyone find control. There's only one place that's in his full control. There's only one place to hide from prying eyes. Yeah, there's only one place to hide from prying eyes. Rhine Lab Headquarters. So that's the place that checks the most boxes, huh? After I lost contact with Kirsten, I went to her home, the test sites, and all of her favorite spots. Now I wonder, what are Kirsten's favorite places to hang out? Everyone who works at Rhine knows Control doesn't like to hang around the office. Every day, a bunch of staff members ask where she is. But who knew that she could be right under our noses? Scan complete. Doctor, it's just as you thought. There's a large group of armed militants guarding all exits on all floors. Rhine HQ must already be under Ferdinand's control. I mean, Ferdinand is teaching them bad ways to work, bad work ethics. At first I thought this was like a fancy looking racetrack, but no, it's Rhine HQ. We need to make our moves carefully, and I'm including both Mulesis and myself. Seize them. Damn it. What are you blanking for? All units, we've got a situation at the lab's entrance. It's a pioneer and a Rhine researcher. In the end, we still gotta hurt people. That's self-defense. I'll testify for you. There's an emergency exit to the left. Run that way. We'll talk after we make it out. Someone's coming. Get ready. Wait, you again? Miss Elena? I didn't hurt you, did I? I'm fine. I figured you'd strike, so I braced myself. Finally, Mary's here. I was wondering when she was gonna show up. I mean, hi, Mary. All of you, stay right where you are. You're Mary Banner at the Tri-Mounts City Police Department. We're taking a kidnapping and assault suspect into custody. I'd appreciate your cooperation. Suspect? Mary. You're a hard one to catch, isn't that right, team leader? Drop your weapons and put your hands up. Right hand too. Put your right hand up, please. A syringe? Hold on. What are you trying to do? This is a physical examination. There might be a hazardous material leakage in these laboratories. Regulations demand we execute prevention procedures on all personnel. May I take a look at the medicine you're administering? The situation is critical. Please don't get in the way. Warning. Procedure does not match existing records. What you are doing is completely against the rules. Rules? I don't need a researcher who was kicked out of Rhine to teach me about rules. What about me, then? Do I have the right to ask you to turn this syringe over? Director Franks. I am the overseer of Site 359. State your objectives immediately. Sorry, Director Franks, but Director Clooney has taken over responsibility for all your site's functions. Without his orders, you can't ask us about our operation. If I recall correctly, only Control can change an experiment's overseer. What gives Ferdinand the right to overstep his bounds? I can't answer that. This should be enough. Mission complete. All units pull out. They're gone? Affirmative. The defense section personnel are quickly evacuating the site. I thought they were here to take the pioneers away. Am I mistaken about Ferdinand? Oh, hello, hello. Ferdinand. Ugh. Dr. Silence, all pioneers who received injections have lost consciousness. Tend to them immediately. Director Franks, do you know how to administer emergency treatment? Director Franks? I wonder what she's thinking. Ma'am, I thought we were here to save Mr. Sunny. Don't you think you can change my mind with a couple of sentimental words? You got my letter. Trying to win my sympathy only works once, Romano. I'm just glad I didn't let you get away. Otherwise, who knows what kind of surprises I'd have waiting for me. You don't trust me. Why should I? 4 years ago, you didn't want to go to the quarantine zone. I trusted you and helped you lay low. Then how did you turn around and thank me? I was out of my mind. My Ripathy plus my insurance premiums drove me nuts. I had no other. You broke into my place and forced me to give you everything worth half a dime, just for your goddamn insurance premium. You thought they let you back into your law firm if you paid it. You know how much that scared Nana? Did you know she's been bedridden ever since? Remember how she doted on you, even more than she did for her own granddaughter? And how about this? After you got spooked and ran off, I was so worried the cops would find you. Do you know what I went through to cover it all up for you? You don't know anything. Dang, Mary, she did a lot for him, huh? You're a cold-blooded, selfish criminal. I should never have been so soft on you. Officer, it doesn't matter what kind of bad blood you two have with each other. We need to get out of here, otherwise. Yeah, you guys can talk about your past later. We gotta escape first. He kidnapped you, and now you're making his case for him. Listen to me. The real problem is with Rhine Lab. The shaking. Is that coming from inside? Dorothy's lab. Run. It actually happened. Such intense tremors, occurring across a large area. Is it a catastrophe? No, not a catastrophe. It's the lab. In the case of Sunny breaking into Mary's house, stealing her stuff, I gotta see I'm more on Mary's side for that because Sunny did he even apologize until now? Like, only now he apologized? Because it said he ran off. And she even covered up for him. And her Nana's been bedridden ever since then. That's so sad. Like, that is even more oof. Like, what did Sunny do to make her bedridden? Did he punch her? Did he beat her up so he could take the stuff? Like, is it... If that happened, then Sunny, gosh darn it. Bonk. Bonk for that moment. In the center of the laboratory cluster, a fissure appears on what should have been an exceedingly sturdy building. I don't want to fight that. That's huge. It wasn't caused by the tremors. The building is being torn apart from the deepest parts. Something is breaking out of its shell, bit by bit, and unbelievably quickly. In just an instant, half of its floors are engulfed. Above the rubble, the silver object starts bringing the entire site into its embrace. The newly born, colossal object gracefully twists its geometric figure and coldly stares down at the people on the ground. None of this is beyond her comprehension. She understands the principles behind all this, and she's calculated all the possibilities. Yet she still forgets to breathe and blink, and she forgets all about the trembling earth beneath her feet and the roaring gusts all around. Her dream has evolved from a blueprint and a word of promise to a reality. How beautiful. But also terrifying. Get down. You are in tremendous danger. If you were just 1 inch closer, you would have been crushed by the bricks. It's too late. What is? Doctor, you failed to stop me. My experiment succeeded.
Director Clooney, what's happening at the laboratories? You are frightened. Frightened? Haha, of course not. I'm just overwhelmed with emotion at these results. I'm truly happy for you and Director Franks.
Is he happy? Is he that happy?
Your teeth are chattering. Ha. Perfect. Fearing such great unknowns is an instinct of the weak. You're right. Before your results, our enemies, the Columbia's enemies, will tremble in fear. You're talking about terrorizing our enemies? That's what the army men worry about all day and night. They give me the funding, and I give them the weapons. We scratch each other's backs, and that's where it ends. But you did remind me. It's time to move to the next phase. Wouldn't that provoke it? What about the people at the site?
If the husks' bodies were absorbed into the metal liquid, they might be able to come back from it, since it seems like the liquid form can rebuild stuff or doesn't necessarily destroy things. It could be like a little safe bubble inside to keep the husks active.
They're making the greatest sacrifice of all. Remember their names. As pioneers in the truest sense, their names will go down in history. Their fearlessness gave birth to this ferocious beast, and we will take control of it and make it ours. It will be our hands and eyes. Just as our ancestors, the brave settlers brought burdened beasts under their control, enabling civilization to conquer the wilderness. We too will conquer this beast created by technology and expand mankind's reach into even greater unknowns. We will be the trailblazers who expand the front line, who expand the frontiers of civilization. Are these the silver monsters? How do they grow so big?
We'll need something special to do any damage. You goddamn monster! Did you see those arrows? The 3 arrows, all shot at different times, approach the silver geometric figure in a tidy row. The farther they fly, the slower they get, all the way down to an immeasurable crawl. Yet they remain suspended in the air, enveloped by the silver light. They disappear from sight at the very same moment. So the monster's got some magic tricks. It disintegrated them, but it seems awfully quiet to me.
Watch out, move.
Erg! Was that an energy beam or some crossbow bolts? Where did it come from? It was so quick I couldn't catch it. Logic can't explain its movements and attack patterns. Perhaps, to that thing, moving and attacking are one and the same. Supposing this really is the final product of Dorothy's experiment, then the whole site is within its range of perception. If the idea crosses its mind, it could modify the physical properties of all objects within that range instantaneously. Or in plain Victorian, we're like modeling clay for a kid to play with, is that right? More or less. We need to stop attacking it, officer. Otherwise, it'll level the whole site within minutes. Wait, you wouldn't happen to... I wouldn't happen to have a bunch of explosive-equipped drones, would I? Keep dreaming. So, what about the people from Rhine Lab? Are they here to help us deal with the experiment? Of course not. Do you remember what I just said? You about it leveling the whole site? It's already begun. Am I seeing things? Did that crane turn into a perfect sphere? It won't be long until it hits the quarters too. Damn it! If the site goes down, Tri-Mounts, not to mention the other cities, are still in the dark. They don't even know a monster made by some stupid freaking egghead is about to roll them up into a ball. We need to get out of here right now. Get the word out. We need to get the word out. We need to get the word about this out. He's known for a long time it would come to this. Who? Who's behind all this? Who'd take it this far? Dorothy Franks? No, it's not her. It's a man who's made a fool for a long time now. Someone who's really taken me for a ride. He wants to erase the pioneers and everything that's happened here at the site. And all of Rhine Lab might be on his side. The police are probably bought off too. I'd bet good money there's no media outlet ready to report on this. Miss Elena, you know who we should get the word out to? Rhodes Island. I'll find Dr. Silence. This is the most crucial objective of our operation. But you'll be trapped here. Your lives might even be in danger. Oh man, if there's a giant ball coming my way, I'd want to escape. I wouldn't just sit still and watch. I'd just go in a direction and hope it doesn't get to me. I trust Dr. Misaki Nobunaga and you too. I know we can do this. You trust me? What can I do? The observation station. I have to get to observation. Need a ride? The transport over there. I borrowed it from Rhine. It so happens I need to go back and nab the real bad guy behind all this. You're going the same way, aren't you? Mind if I tag along? No matter which way we slice this, officer, I'm a suspect in your custody. Mary doesn't answer, but she extends her hand to Sunny nonetheless. Beside her, Elena does the same. Sunny takes their hands and climbs into the transport, its engine already running. The three of them, a police officer, a pioneer, and a researcher, speed toward the edge of the site together. The sandstorm behind them gives chase in vain, unable to stop their escape. Good luck to Gray. Since Gray's by himself trying to find Silence, guys, while the other have a car. Oh man, time to destroy some suits. Yeah, this be fine. Completely fine. I'll just attack that one for now. Or not, they're gonna get to it. Oh shoot. My bad. That is a big my bad situation. I did not expect it to be like that already. But you know, it's fine.
ターゲットロックオン
Kind of, sort of, not really.
血がたぎる
Now I know what direction they're gonna come from. If I have to redo it, they're gonna automatically go for that dude, which
プ
I
ログラム
understand.
パーツユニット
You know, it's smart to go for that one. That's a scary one after all.
ドキドキします早く離れてくださいお願いします
Oops.
誰一人通す
But
も
there's
のか
still hope. I'll just let some of the dudes get through.
うわ本気で行くよ
Some hope, as long as there's some hope, it's fine. Doesn't have to be a lot of hope. But some is better than none.
状況はダメよ
I wanna bring out Jen, because she will destroy these nicely. Yeah, I believe, or actually no, I'll just have him do a thing. Why not have him do a thing? Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be fun. Uh-oh, that dude's gonna get through. Unless, maybe? Yay! But oh no, there's still a chance of him getting
全
through.
員の行動力を奪うそれでいいあなた様のお望みのまま
Go, my dude, do a thing. Go, go.
今日も運動部よ
Good job, Thorns, for living. I am so proud of you, Thorns.
そっちに一つ残さず
What a good boy you are. So proud of him.
なんだろう罰を
Well, time to destroy his suit. Hope for the best.
みんな
Man, there's still hope,
初期化完了しました
which is very, very nice. I just gotta get that one. Oh, now it's moving. Nah, I'm not even touching my Warfarin, really. Like, sorry, Warfarin.
りんごちゃん今日もよろしくね
Go, man, get that suit. Look at him wandering there menacingly. Get closer already. Go, go.
ドキドキする
Go get him, Susie.
Mission accomplished
Yay. Oh, Director Mulsis? Coming in for work this late at night? Ugh. Yes, there's always more to do. Your work must be exhausting. And who are these two? Some very important business partners of ours. You don't recognize this one? Sorry. I'm not so good with heavily shrouded faces. This is the famous Originium theory scholar, Aripathy expert, and catastrophe researcher. Oh, you! Your reputation precedes you. It's my lucky day, getting the chance to meet an amazing scientist like you. Ah, yeah, amazing. This guy's never heard of me, has he? That worked? Yes, it is I, the great gotcha-obsessed Misaki. We have urgent business to attend to, so we'll be heading up now. If we get the chance, we should have lunch together sometime, okay? Right. Don't let me keep you. Wait, I thought you looked familiar. Aren't you that expert in the field of defensive materials? Parvis. Rhine Lab has really expanded it at an astonishing pace the last couple of years, hasn't it? A consequence is that our new little friends still have much to learn. Two directors here at the same time? I'd better get back to work. Please excuse me. Aha. You aren't going to tell them I'm back? Forgive me, but my eyes aren't what they used to be. Have I met such a lovely voiver lady before? If you've nothing else for me, I'd better get home. An old man like me needs his sleep. Right, Director Mulsis.
Don't forget the black bean tea you owe me.
I want that tea. Phew, Saria, did he really just happen to be passing by?
It's 4 in the morning. Parvis normally would have gone home 9 hours ago.
I knew it. He's not lining up behind either Ferdinand or Kirsten until the last minute, when he's sure how the chips will fall. He's still calculating the odds, waiting to see.
You know, I can't blame him in that sense. Like, I'm not gonna make my decision until the last minute, as one do.
I bet that even if Ryan Lab gets blasted to rubble, he'll walk out without a scratch.
They've entered Rhine HQ. Recon team, prepare to intercept. Let's slow down a little.
It's you.
I saw you fight Saria, and I'm pretty intrigued by your equipment. Mind if I took a look?
Is this how you always greet your enemies before engaging? Rhodes Island Elite Operator?
Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not talking as a Rhodes Island Elite Operator there. As a mechanist, I respect all exceptional technology and its innovators. Which is why I wanted to ask you how you'd feel before I took that special-looking staff of yours.
You're a funny one, Mr. Mechanist. I was only going to meet with Saria, but you and your boss, that doctor, certainly gave me a bigger surprise.
You know my name?
You've looked into me too, haven't you? It's the habit of our kind to gather up as much information as we can before a fight.
Your name in Rhine HQ database is Miss Oolheak. But I don't buy that Ferdinand would hire a history scholar to hunt his co-workers down. That'd be silly, even for the impossible world of Columbian academia.
It's my side gig.
Ah yes, her side gig, understandable. Being a teacher doesn't give you as much money as it should, really. You research history for a side gig?
Wrong. I'm a historian. I'm just here to see a millennium-old prophecy come true. Likewise, I believe our future is heading in a direction that'll lead us to certain hidden historical events. Just like you, I seek the truth. We're here. Do you know how to find your scumbag boss, researcher? He should be in the control room right now. There's a vent around the corner. If you can get inside it, that's your quickest route to the control room. You want to hurry though. We're about to have company.
Officer, I knew you were on their side. You're weak-willed. You can't put your past with this criminal behind you.
He's not a criminal yet, punk. You people don't have the power to convict. Not yet, anyway.
You're heading past the point of no return. But why? You're also exceptional. Why destroy your future? Why? Didn't she take my advice?
This is about someone else, isn't it? I can say this to you for her again.
Ugh.
Because we know what we're fighting for. To protect certain people. To protect certain rules from being trampled by people like that scumbag director. We don't hesitate ever. Ooh, hello? We aren't like you. Probing all the sides before you pick one. And even going so far as to ask that dumb question before a fight.
Erg.
Did you find out which way you're going? I think so. Hop to it then. What about you? I have a crossbow, you don't. Worry about yourself, not me. Thanks. Take care of yourself. Why aren't you going with her? I thought you came all this way to settle your score with him too. I got my own weapon. It's been a long time since we fought side by side. What are you talking about? You mean back when we used to play those games? Besides, I was the one always dragging you out to play. Haha, thanks for that. I really miss those days. I mean it. Look at them bonding. The elevator up ahead will take us straight to Control's office. It's safer if we take the fire exit in the back. I know, but aren't we in a hurry? It'll be faster if we head straight there and run into less armed personnel along the way. Wait, don't go over there. Huh? Whoopsie, I forgot this area is monitored. Mulsis, why? Doctor, it's time for Plan B.
Intruder spotted. Here, over here. Grab the intruder. Wait, Director?
Hello, Reggie.
What are you doing here? No, you don't have clearance anymore. I can't let you go any further. When facing an intruder, hesitating only gives a chance for your enemy to strike. Do you need me to teach you this all over again? Shields up. Prepare to stun. Target the intruder, Saria.
You pass, just barely. Mulsis, you little brat, why'd you have to trigger the alarm?
Have the latest data been recorded? Yes, they have. Note the drone's positions. Do not let the test subject's actions influence first-hand data collection. Don't worry, boss.
The first-hand data you want are right here in front of you.
Elena, I'm glad you're safe.
I worked under you for so many years now. Reading the slightest change in your expression has become part of my job. Your left eyebrow twitched ever so slightly. You're surprised.
Well, you are full of surprises. It's a relief to have you back. Those stupid new hires really need a fine researcher like you to discipline them.
You want me to be a team leader?
No, not a team leader. You see that key on the desk? Take it. You've more than proven your abilities. You don't need to be anyone's assistant anymore, not mine and not Dorothy's. I want you to handle the next project as overseer. This key is a present I prepared for you. It's an all-new, spacious laboratory. Your laboratory.
You know, Mulsis probably tripped it on purpose just to see a fight happen. Oh man, so this is what Ferdinand prepared for her. Yo, how much money do you think he spent? He made her a new laboratory all for herself. A new one. And it's a spacious one at that. I'm imagining it being bigger than Dorothy's laboratory. Mr. Ferdinand, you can spend all that money on Elena, but you can't have a phone call with your son.
No matter what kind of experiments you want to run, both Rhine Lab and I will fully support you.
Wonderful. Have you considered letting me take over as Energy Director?
That is not out of the question. You don't seem particularly happy about my surprise.
That's because no matter what kind of future you had in mind for me, my answer was always going to be no.
Sit your staff down.
What are you afraid of? That I'm going to betray you and ruin the moment you see your bright future manifesting right before your final victory? I might just consider doing that.
I don't understand. I've given you so much. I saw talent, diligence, and ambition in you. All three are necessary to achieve success. All three qualities that also define me.
Of course you wouldn't understand. If you actually thought so highly of me as you say, you'd have told me the truth behind the experiments. You tell me how you disregard the safety of your test subjects, how you used me to keep tabs on Dorothy, and how when you finally have no more use for me, you wipe me out along with all the evidence of your crimes. You think I'm some stupid little girl who listens to everything you say? Even with Olivia's nudging, it took me till the moment you make your move for me to finally open my eyes.
You aren't ready, Elena. I was afraid you'd be shaken, and here you are.
You've never trusted me. You don't trust anyone, only yourself. So why should I trust you again? Why should I trust your promises now?
I've never given anyone more chances than I've given you. You know what? You're more like me than my own children.
Is that why you don't talk to your children? Though man, he said plural children. He's not just ignoring his son, he's ignoring others too. What a big oof. Ferdinand, bonk.
I've poured much blood and sweat into you. Even now, if that's what you want, I would still welcome you at my side.
Sheesh. He is down bad for Elena, huh?
Like, even if you want to betray me now, I'll still let you back. Like, come on, Elena.
This is the last thing I'll ever ask of you. Please shut up, boss. Take your present and your fake sincerity and stay far away from me. Starting today, I, Elena Urbica, am no longer your stupid little assistant or your pawn. Ferdinand Clooney, you're fired. Go, Elena, go! Bonk him!
Director Clooney, grab her. Get the rioter. Director, are you alright? I'm fine. Elena.
Stop looking at me. Like you care about me at all. It disgusts me.
You say I don't understand you, but you've never truly understood me either, perhaps. I actually hesitated, worried in that brief moment just now. I wasn't worried about the ruckus you were causing. I was worried about you. I really didn't want to see things come to this.
Those words. Right back at you. Aw, come on. I want to bonk him already. Can't we bonk him? What do we do? The defense guys just keep coming and coming. Ferdinand's got all these sites covered. It doesn't matter how much of a fight Saria can put up. There's no way she can take on so many at once. We're counting on you, Director Mielsis. Go get him. Me? No way. I don't know how to fight. All the running around to dodge their attacks is exhausting already. Don't you hear how my panting, Doctor? Didn't you quite ingeniously cover for Sarah just now? As long as you stop deliberately wasting time. Yeah, stop wasting time. Stop stepping on stuff like that. Come on. You know, Saria hasn't been to Ryan HQ in a while. How'd she remember which areas are monitored? You've been blocking Saria's line of sight, intentionally or otherwise. Yeah, you've been blocking intentionally, like whoopsies, I forgot this was armed, teehee. You've been pretty calm ever since you heard me guess. This is where control is. They almost got me. Doctor, you pulled me back? You'd still do that for me? Even though you figured out that I might have other ideas? You're free to have other ideas. And I don't care where you stand. I mean, you're free to have other ideas. I want you to help Saria. This is for the benefit of both Rhodes Island and Rhine Lab. This is for the safety of Columbia and all lands. And this is for you too. I'll choose the sweetest one. For you, milady. That's the second time you saved me now, Dr. Misaki. Alright. Let's call this my way of repaying the favor then. I'll stand with you guys at least this once and help Saria get to where she wants to go. You hear me, water molecules? Step up and give these nice people a little kissy and wash away all the dust under her feet. Oh yes, a little kissy. The elf wavered. What a poor soul. She's always looking for some kind of promise of the future. Who would willingly admit she and her race belong only to the past? Can this Dr. Misaki Nobunaga really give her what Kirsten can't?
Ma'am, Sari has broken through the blockade.
Let her meet her old friend then. I still have other work to finish. Looks like this Mechanist and I will just have to catch up next time. That is, if he survives the power armor. The power armor? How long has it been since I was here? Only having one elf left is more of a surprise, but Nilsa's being an elf isn't really surprising. I mean, look at her ears. I assume that characters with pointy ears are usually elves. 1,497 days. Perhaps we were already enemies when we said our goodbyes. Will we still be friends when we meet again? You're back, Saria. Hello, Kirsten. Hey, Kirsten. How you doing, girl? Top secret. Analyze, analyze. Yay. Checks and balances. Ooh. Let me stare at the map real quick. Okay, I see it. This'll be fine. I just have to believe. Checks and balances. Go, go, go. Saria and Kirsten's relationship is just awkward. It's a very, very awkward relationship. I mean, for understandable reasons. And where is it going? Okay, that way, that's fine. Very awkward and complicated. Oh man, having to defend that area too, though. That's gonna be a big move. I should bring out a healer, you know, healing is good, healing is nice. Being healed feels lovely. Do I want that to escape? Kind of-ish. Me. But you know, this is fine. I'll actually put my lovely Susie here. She can just chill there. She needs a friend, though. Go, go, go. Uh-oh. Maybe I should put the bomb there. This be fine. I'll put even more down. Wait, did someone go poof? Oh! I see who went poof. But it's fine. What is... Or actually, no. What does this thing do? Oh, in 10 seconds, I see. That's a fun thing. I'll put that down. Because why not? Wee. More bombs, more! Go, go, go! Yay! More explosions! The more the merrier, cause why not? Lots and lots of explosions. Go, go, go! And even more. Yay. Those are the last ones left, so I can make her retreat for now. You know, bringing out another caster could be good. And even more bombs. More explosions. They're kind of satisfying. Wee. Go, go. Even more explosions. Because why not? Now goodbye, suit. Dorothy's bombs are very satisfying.
It's me. You're right. The cop chose to help the pioneers, and Elena Urbica turned on Director Clooney.
A sigh leaks out of the communicator.
What a shame. Ferdinand has lost. Why do you say that? Sure. I couldn't stop them, but there aren't too many. I just happened to see your old boss returning to Rhine Lab headquarters. Director Saria? Gah! Settle down. You've taken quite a beating, yes? From whom? The cop? I believe you said she's like Saria in some ways. There's nobody quite like her. I just don't understand. Why would she do that? All the hard work she put in, Rhine Lab meant more to her than health or fame. I wanted to follow in her footsteps and defend Rhine. Why would she betray us? Did she? Or did we let her down? What do you... the follies of youth. The young seek out those who they think are of like mind, but true understanding only comes with time. They may argue incessantly now, but there was a time when they treated each other with sincerity, more or less. Director Parvis, do I hear music? Have you not heard this tune before?
I mean, Parvis is setting the mood by playing some tunes, right?
Oh, that's right. You joined after Rhine Lab's first New Year's party. We didn't have our own building back then. Kirsten rented half of the floor of an office building next to the Tri-Mounts Institute of Technology and shared an old apartment with Saria nearby. Ferdinand talked about bringing in funding for us, but once he left his old job, his former associates stopped answering his mail. I was still at my old lab and only went back to Tri-Mounts a couple times per month. On New Year's Eve, I got a message from Musis ordering me to attend the party. It snowed heavily that night, and the roads back from Max DC were packed. I didn't want to go to all that effort, but Musis didn't give me a choice. She said she would soak my pillow in icy water if I didn't get back on time. I stepped into the office, and before the clock struck 12, then I heard the song. It was a dreadful song. As a Lathanian, I never have understood, to this day, how Musis, an authority on Originium arts, could have such vulgar taste in music. But the others didn't seem bothered. Ferdinand asked Saria to dance with him, and she said yes. Could you believe it?
No, I cannot believe it. Saria's saying yes to Ferdinand, I guess to be polite, but who would want to say yes to Ferdinand? I think it's hilarious how Parvis is just enjoying the show for the entire event. I kind of expected him to be like the big bad, not Ferdinand. But nah, in this case, Parvis is just like, wee, I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Let me brew some tea at home, play some music, and just sit back and call my boys to see who's winning. As for Kirsten, she watched from the sides. That night, she spent more time looking at the people in the room than outside the window. Those days, I can hardly remember them now. How did that song go? I suppose I really am getting old. Director Parvis, are you asleep? There is no response from the communicator. The tune keeps playing, looping over and over again. He does not know if the old Cabernet is still sitting by the communicator. All he knows is that when he returns to Ryan Lab headquarters at dawn, he will see Parvis standing at his usual spot, a teacup in his hands, watching young faces come and go, below with a smile on his face. Parvis forgot to hang up.
大勝利ドクター、私ちゃんと役に立てた
I mean, it's fine. At least that dude can enjoy some tunes. That's gonna make watch less boring. He can be like, oh yes, music. Time to listen to stuff. Of course, there's more suits in the middle, so that's a lot of entrances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With 2 exits, it's fine, and there's stairs. The intimidating stairs. Now time for me to steer at support. Hey passenger, you wanna come along? You do? Okay. They agreed to throw money our way, Saria. Your speech was excellent. All those investors were moved by the future that you painted. The future, of course. I described some byproducts that they would be interested in, with the kind of language that they speak. It was only one short night, but it was far more exhausting than spending a dozen days in the labs. It's something we need to power through for the time being. Once our funding is settled, you can move into the laboratories whenever you want. You know me well. That's the only reason that I'm bearing with all this. Right. That academic named Ferdinand Clooney is very interested in your proposal too. He'll build the most fantastic laboratory in all of Terra at Rhine Lab. That's what he said. I welcome him then. I looked into his background. He feels more like a businessman than an academic to me. He might not understand you. No, Saria. I never needed anyone to understand me. Actually, I'd say that I've already got more than I could have asked for, having met you, someone so like-minded. Right now, Ryan needs to amass more capable personnel and projects. We have to, if we're going to reach our ultimate goal. Your control. It's your call. Some of Ferdinand's methods aren't exactly above board. A decent amount of his projects even have some under-the-table dealings with other big corporations or the government. I'll have a nice chat with him about the rules I'll have a nice chat with him about the rules of our cooperation going forward. You'll help me take care of this, right? I'm the director of defense. That's my job. But it will be very risky for you and Rhine Lab. Wait, I just came up with a few more ideas that might even solve some flaws in that theory of mine. Right. What were you going to say just now? Never mind. Thanks for that, Saria. It's because you're always here for me that I can focus on my job without worry. You never needed anyone to come save you. But you came nonetheless. That face again. You're angry. All those years out there have made you a more emotional person. I thought you'd better understand my decision after you took a good look at the reality of the lands outside. Answer me. Did you authorize the experiment at Site 359? No. Kirsten's design here. Because the lab coat's like half off, she kind of looks more businessy than sciencey to me. Or if anything, slightly steampunk. I'll never lie to you. I'm sure you know that better than anyone. But you also don't care what's going on over there. You turned a blind eye to what Ferdinand is doing. Just like you turned a blind eye to Parvis all those years ago. Which experiment are you talking about? You don't remember. You never remember any little thing that isn't related to your own research. There is only so much that the human brain can process. I have more worthwhile work for mine to focus on. Ferdinand's little tricks bought me some time to relax, and it's thanks to him that I can concentrate even better and think. My experiments have seen some major breakthroughs in the last few days. Why don't I tell you about them? Why you? It's not like you're not interested. You're just worried about all those insignificant people and things. They were never insignificant. You'll never escape the weight of those people and things, Kirsten. After all, both you and I, and Rhinelab too, we're all grounded in this land. We've put down roots. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Dr. Misaki Nobunaga. Why are you apologizing all of a sudden? Change your mind again? Why are you apologizing, huh? Don't worry, we're still on the same side. I won't do anything to you. At least, not for now. It's hard to say. Kirsten might not necessarily be on Saria's side. I heard they used to be good friends. I heard they had a falling out. A falling out, huh? They had a huge fight in the control office and blew a huge hole in the roof of the Rhine building. Does that count? Even then, Sari walked out of the office herself. And Control was completely unscathed too. If the two of them actually played serious, things wouldn't have ended so anticlimactically. It's just Kirsten doesn't care what kinds of experiments Ferdinand runs. I was eager to make sure she's okay. That's why I lured you guys here. But I never knew Kirsten would interfere with what's going on at the site. That's why it was so important for Telopsis to see the truth behind the site herself. Please inform Miss Wright. Control needs to know we saw everything. You're not going to stop at telling Kirsten the situation over there? If Kirsten was in a dangerous situation and Saria asked for help, would I agree without questioning? I'd ask a few questions. I gotta ask at least a few. The important thing is that Rhodes Island has caught wind of this. If Miss Wright doesn't want this information, there are lots of people that do. Like Beachbrella and all the other companies competing with Rhine. Like the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Arts Units, and Originium. Like the Maylander Foundation. Like all the companies competing with Ryan, all of the above. Information is the most valuable bargaining chip there is. Having information is the best way to keep yourself safe. It's the best bargaining chip. As long as Miss Wright wants to keep Ryan Lab alive, she has to intervene at the site. You've been planning to force her hand since before you got here. Dr. Misaki Nobunaga, she might just remember you for this. Good. We really should get to know each other to improve our cooperation. Sounds like I should be honored. You're confident. No, you have real faith in your operators at the site. That's wonderful. I have one last question, Director Mioses. Are you bothered by those experiments? Are you bothered by anything in particular? Dr. Misaki, at the end of the day, I'm the director of Ryan Lab's ecological section. Not a lot of people ask me questions like that to my face. How should I answer this? Wouldn't you agree that if I didn't keep a secret or two, my charm would take a hit? Wow, what an answer.
Doctor, I still haven't received Tolopsis' synchronized message. Sorry, I don't have the time to fill you in on the details. I still have 10, no maybe 11 hollows to take care of. Right, one more thing. Ho'oheok got away. She might head to the site. She seemed like she had her own objective. Right, I agree with you. She's more dangerous than we expected.
Man, the historian teacher is the scariest one.
How am I doing? My robotic arm is overheating a little, that's all. I won't let myself get hurt before things really get hairy.
He's taken on 11 on his own. Or 11 left.
Elena, you're staying here with me. You've contributed a lot to the experiment, and I am proud of your results. You've earned the right to stand by my side and witness the glory it brings us.
You turned the whole site into a petri dish. You put all those pioneers in danger just to create that giant monster. What could it bring if not disaster?
The way I see it,
Several miles out, the silver geometric body remains steadily suspended above the site. The body seems as if it started a storm. However, aside from the chaotic gales, there are also countless scraps blowing around it. Some of the scraps were originally trees, while others were once parts of buildings and machines, but all of them have taken similar shapes, hovering around the body in the center. The geometric body could appear at any moment on the outskirts of the other Colombian cities. It could also suddenly descend upon Londinium or central Cavalrialki. It has redefined what people imagine when they think of Originium arts. It has redefined the known rules of physics, and it will soon redefine the already changing tides.
a new era. What I see is a new era. Its arrival carries with it all sorts of possibilities, chances at things we may never have thought possible. It also implies a change in the standings of the factions old and new. I'm taking these risks not for myself. It doesn't necessarily have to be Columbia that enters this new era. It doesn't have to be Rhine either. But when the time comes, our money and connections will both leave us behind. The city of steel we have forged will be torn apart at the hands of other nations. Just as the Lingoness became fodder to the new hegemon. The laboratories of which we're so proud of will be dismantled and sold for scrap on the second-hand market, where Rhine signs will be forgotten and slowly rust away in an underground warehouse. When the time comes, we will lose any chance we ever had to drive change. Our ideals will shatter, and we will be left to live out the rest of our meaningless days staring at the backs of those who have gone ahead. When the epoch decides who to leave in the dust, it doesn't think back on past glory, much less hold out for future potential. all we can ever seize is the present.
Yeah, Ferdinand.
Searching for signal. Connection failed. Still no comms. Doctor, we've been surrounded. The living quarters probably won't last long. Soon this building will end up leveled, just like the others at the site. The silver construct is controlled by the subconsciousness of the hub's test subjects. If we forcibly remove the treatment bands the pioneers are wearing, negative. Removal of the treatment bands carries as much risk as the removal of device number 9. What if we interfere with their neural activities externally? No, that's too risky too. It's likely to cause brain damage. Even without the silver constructs, I have no idea how to go about waking them up. Those who are connected to the system might never wake up again. It's my fault. Ferdinand and I were the ones who put them in this danger. I need to save them. I must. In 30 seconds, we'll face the 10th wave of attacks. No, the frequency is getting faster. This can't continue. No, only I can stop it. Tiny grains of sand cloud the air, like an entire house shrouded within a fortress formed of loose sand. There are countless silver substances laying outside of it. They seem curious about this fortress, not understanding why they cannot dissolve this seemingly fragile barrier. You didn't stop it. You're just using your ingenium arts to offset its corrosion. And your arts unit will fail soon. Not yet. Not so fast. What have you done to yourself? Just a small experiment. You implanted one in yourself. Arts unit. Before I let anyone else into the lab, I needed to ensure of the safety of the requisite steps. They're switching up their attack patterns. It's part of us. It's curious, and it's a good learner. A barrage of impact noises can be heard from the outside, as though a storm of silver rain is raging. The rain keeps opening up holes in the sand wall, which are in turn patched by more sand. We need to find some other way to buy time. Doctor, let me try. I'll go outside and use my arts to lure some. Gray, that's too risky. Doctor, I told Mr. Sunny something when we were chatting earlier. These words have stayed with me for all these years. If I don't take a step forward, how will I ever know if my path lies out there? I respect that Dorothy did a test on herself to make sure the experiment wouldn't like harm them. You know? She had to take some safety measures, so that's nice of her. Meaning that they can probably come back. Phew. Truth be told, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I might even mess up the moment I step outside. I can't help but doubt myself. But what if it works? All my mentors have taught me that whenever I start doubting myself, I should just remember, I've succeeded before. He takes a deep breath, lifts his head up, and looks at the darkness in front of him. The silver geometric body has what appears to be eyes, but he knows what it is that he's looking at. It's not a new kind of intelligent being, nor is it some kind of mysterious monster. That is the fruit of human technology. It can be used, analyzed, and no doubt, defeated. You aren't anything to be afraid of. Fear always stems from the unknown. And you were created with arts. You're a byproduct born in the pioneers' minds. Humanity triumphed over the darkness of night. How could we lose to our own creations?
Look at Gray, the master of speeches. A ray of light emits from his hand and bolts towards the dark shadow floating above their heads. As expected, a not insignificant amount of silver liquid exits out of the pioneer's quarters and entangles itself with a dark knight as it tears madly towards the light that he released. That moment, the light is shredded into pieces, leaving only a few strands of progressing deeper into the darkness. But more and more lights then rise one after another. Gray's a brave man. He's just like Sunny and the pioneers. He has the courage to face his challenges head-on. You know, I'd rather hear Gray's motivational speech because he's so good at recruiting people. Its attacks have gotten stronger again. All my light can do is distract it. It still sees us as its target. Your nose is bleeding. Even if you have no infected organs, your body's blood vessels won't be able to withstand releasing this much energy. It won't take long for you to hemorrhage to death. I must protect them, and I'm willing to. You're willing to give your life. That's not an excuse that you're using to win over the pioneers. You're really going to do it. Dr. Silence, wouldn't you make the same choice to protect your family? I made the wrong decision once, and I won't make the same mistake again. You mean your mother? All these years, I've wondered over and over. How did they feel before they were swallowed whole by the sandstorm? Did they wait, despairing in a cramped space until the moment of death arrived, like these pioneers? Ooh, hello? What if I didn't accept that invitation? Would I have stayed with my mother until the very end? If she had the qualifications to enter the city with me, would that have spared her from the storm? My research has solved many difficult problems that were unsolvable, but I still haven't found an answer to this one. Why was I the only one spared? Ooh, hello? Dr. Silence, if that is really the assemblage of the test subject's consciousness, I love it, just as I loved my family. But why? Why can't I hear it speak to me? A deep fissure appears in the sand wall. Dorothy stumbles forward, but a pair of hands catches her. Dorothy, no matter how much work you put in, you can't change your mother's fate. That storm is in the past. It ended long ago. Is that so? I'm liking Dorothy now, or more now. A drone fills the opening in the sand wall with its own body. Seemingly injected with life once again, the grains of sand quickly rearrange in an orderly way. Do I have her? No, not yet. Maybe someday. Dorothy, you want to hear your family's voices, right? You should ask those test subjects. Once the storm is over, they will tell you their answer. Ugh. His hand is getting warmer and warmer. He knows that the machinery has been pushed past its limits for so long, it is doomed to break. But he cannot give up. If he falls here, the island behind him will forever be swallowed whole by the darkness. He has to hold on, just like the one night all those years ago. He ran so far away, even though his hands had gone numb from the cold and his legs hurt from the long journey. Oh man, I would never pull for Ferdinand. Actually, no, I probably would just to make him work at my base if I could. But yeah, I'm gonna give 2 more 10 pulls to Dorothy to see what happens. And that's it. After that, I gotta save. He needs to make it to that day when he passes the torch he holds to another pair of hands. Suddenly, a warm power shrouds his hand and helps him stabilize his energy output. It is someone else's arts. Operator Tulopsis? You require assistance, Operator Gray. You needn't alert me to the danger here. I had already calculated the probability of our mission success before I submitted my leave request to Dr. Silence. What's the number? With my support as a newly added variable, the probability of our success is... No, you don't have to tell me. I'm just used to planning everything out before the actual execution. I know it was hasty of me to run out here, but I couldn't control myself. Calculating the results will not reveal anything in advance. Operator Gray, what determines the result in the end will always be the impulse that drives you forward. I cannot confirm whether the fluctuations of my brainwaves right now were caused by this impulse, but it was none other than your actions that drove me here. Operator Tulopsis, thanks. Even more light begins to emanate above him. This is beyond the theoretical maximum output numbers that he and Mechanist, the designers of the weapon, had yet to measure. But these are his arts. There has never been a theory capable of fully explaining Originium arts, and furthermore, this luminance comes not only from his arts unit, it comes from his heart. This luminance, in the end, pierces through the out-of-control test subject, through the darkness, the clouds, and all the unknowns above. This thought, hidden within the sparks of electricity, pulses once only. Nonetheless, Gray grasps onto it. He can feel the possibility within. A weak signal has been detected. Connecting. Phew. Following an intense quake, the enormous test subject positions itself in front of the assembled onlookers. There was no foreshadowing, and it left no trails of its movement. It simply appeared in that very position. Ugh. Stand back, Gray. That's an order. Silence grabs Gray's other hand. A drone takes to the sky, and gathering the golden rays that began to disperse as Gray's strength starts to give, charges straight toward the silver colossus that shrouds the sky. The explosion is as loud as a thunderclap. The drone, having risen to the highest point in the sky, disintegrates into countless specks of light that flutter down. I picked this up from Elena. Though a trick like this will only work once, this light will extinguish eventually. Message sent. Our most crucial objective has been completed, right? Yes, we did it. She reaches her other hand out to hold Tulopsis. The light above them slowly dissipates, revealing the enormous scale of the silver construct. Yet, it does not advance. A layer of fine dust still stubbornly stands between them. Dorothy, you're holding a treatment van and the Regent. You're thinking of plugging yourself in. I want to hear their voices. No. I told you. I don't know how to wake them up, and I won't know how to wake you up. You might find yourself swallowed by their consciousness, and your nervous system might see irreversible damage if we destroy this construct. And perhaps... I'm a researcher. I'm willing to accept all the uncertainties. But I'm your doctor. I can't just watch you risk your own life. It'll be fine, Olivia. This way, I will get to be with my family. The test subjects behind her are unable to speak. The silver construct before her remains silent as ever. Dorothy closes her eyes and feels the silver regent flow into her body. The slightly cold sensation feels as if the fingertips of her family members are caressing her up and down. Olivia, I need the answer. I believe in Dorothy. She's the one who made this, so she's the one who can, you know, do the thing. Oh man, what direction are they gonna come from? Oh, there's the giant colossus. I see, I see. Oh no, it's doing a thing. Let's see, how do I want to do this? You know, that's fine. Can you just not do that? Can you not attack me? Thanks. Ow, that hurts. Sheesh. Well, I guess I'll put her here, because why not? I need some more support. Big ouchies. Oh no. Oh man, I gotta bring out Susie soon. Eee, the pain. My darling. Do a thing. Ow. Colossus thingy, can you just like not do that? Can't we just be friends? I wish. Let's see. I'll have her do a thing here. At least I can get rid of some of them. Actually, no, I can have my boy do a thing. Now that I think about it, yes. That would be smart. At least have him have some fun. Go, passenger, go. Ouch. Oh man, that stings. But it's fine. Look at that damage. Very good. And I don't know where that thing's gonna end up walking, so I might as well put Tien down. Just to prepare for when it gets closer. Because it's gonna instill fear soon. I can sense it. Ouch. I mean, no fear. Never fear. There is no fear. Ow. Like, what fear am I talking about? The fear does not exist. Oh man, that thing's gonna wake up soon. But it's fine. Go, go, go. Because the boss isn't as huge, it's not as scary. But man, I do wish we could have bonked Ferdinand. Now that would have been nice. That would have been so satisfying, but no. If only. Maybe someday. I kind of want to bring him back. I mean, he'll go poof, but at least for a little while, he'll have some fun. Goodbye, passenger. It was worth it. Just for that 1 second. Phew, that wasn't too bad. Go, Susie, go! Get rid of that armor. The armor instills fear. The armor instills more fear than the boss itself. Phew. A long, long time ago, there was a little girl who lived happily in a beautiful town. One day, a storm brought with it countless black rocks and destroyed her home. In search of a way to restore her homeland's beauty, she found the courage to set out on a journey. The legends told of a most amazing caster who lived in a faraway, marvelous land, and his originium arts that could make all that is impossible possible. During her journeys, she met a foul beast that couldn't fly and a tin man who was nothing but an empty shell. The foul beast wanted to learn to fly, and the tin man wanted to find its body. They all had different dreams. To find this marvelous land, they walked for a long, long time. So long that the foul beast shed all of its feathers and the tin man began to rust. I will give you my wings. With them, you can fan away the dust, the foul beast said. I will give you my tin plates. With it, you can make it through the storm, the tin man said. The girl wore the foul beast's wings and the tin man's plates and flew past the desert and the storm. She found the caster, only to discover an incoherent madman. The girl cried in sadness, but her friends were there with her and started to talk to her. Thank you. I flew across an insurmountable desert, the wing said. Thank you. I felt the warmth of a body once again, the tin plate said. This has been such a wonderful journey, they said together. In that case, my dream has come true too. The girl hugged her friends. With you here by my side, I now have a new home. With the dreams of her friends, the girl set out on a journey again. This time, she did not set out to find a legendary caster. She had an all-new goal. She would walk far, far away to where no one had ever gone before. Dorothy, did you like the story Mommy told you? Man, what a story. She hesitated for a while, but it also seemed like the blink of an eye. She saw green trees and red roses, a bright and beautiful day, as well as a quiet, endless dark night. She saw a rainbow that stretched across the sky and reflected as smiles on the spectators' faces. They walked close together, discussing food, weather, and the good harvest. They saw her too and waved at her. Hello, Dorothy. This is a nice place, isn't it, Dorothy? There's an endless supply of clean water and food here, and all the wild beasts have gone away. It's so great to relax here. All the data from those experiments are driving me crazy though. I'm always afraid that the director might show up out of nowhere. We shouldn't stay here too long though. A storm might be coming. Don't worry. We know how to deal with those. Otherwise, why would we even have come here? What is there to worry about then? Haha. that we can't be on our way tomorrow, of course. And we don't know whether we'll ever find another place like this again. It doesn't matter if we run away. Tomorrow's still coming. If all I do is hide here, when will I become the greatest scientist there ever was? And that's why we'll be on our way as soon as it's light out. Strange, what a long night this is. Well, at least the place the hive mind's in is pretty nice. It looks pretty comfy. They get lots of food and no, I guess, attackers, technically in that land. The hive mind world. It's moving more intensely. It's like it's putting up a fight. Perhaps that's because Dorothy is putting up a fight. Do you believe her? This was Miss Dorothy's experiment. Would she really willingly abandon a dream she's chased for years? What Dorothy seeks isn't success. If she can really hear the voices of her loved ones, she will make the choice that's most beneficial to them. I wonder what she sees at this very moment. Lacking sufficient, reliable data, I was able to feel them, but I did not receive a transmitter injection. One hypothesis is that device number 9's sensitivity to signals has allowed me to receive fragments of some of the messages. But those fragments contain certain specific words. They were emotions. Language is a set of rules for command input and output. It cannot describe every tiny brainwave fluctuation in detail. If I must make a conjecture, I postulate that Director Franks is dreaming. She's dreaming? Whose dream? Is it Dorothy's own dream, or a collective dream of all the pioneers connected to the hub? I do not know. Just like when I was dreaming, I could not ascertain whose dream it was. Joyce, your manner of speech. Olivia, I don't know what's going on. Is your device being jammed again? I don't know either, Olivia. I feel both sad and happy. Are we all walking a path to an unknown destination and a starting point we can no longer see? I think so, especially for researchers like us. There is one thing I've wanted to tell you for a long time. Device number 9 may have given me a lot of pain, and my journey may come to an end at any moment, but it is thanks to your companionship. I never once felt alone or lost hope. Aw, cute! Mary, I gotta ask, am I gonna die here? If you're free enough to think about that, why don't you try to work a little harder? Heh. Huh. We don't have too many bolts left, do we? Before these well-armed fellas shackle up my neck. While I can still breathe and think freely, I got something to say. Then say it. Look at how hard you're panting. Careful not to bite your tongue when you talk. Haha. I love it when you say things like that. Ever since I became their boss, they take every word I say as pure gold. It's exhausting. Mary, I ought to be satisfied enough with that. I gotta be satisfied enough that I get to die next to you. This isn't how you saw yourself biting it, huh? I used to think that. It'd be great if I got to go out on a soft bed with my wife and kids holding my hand, and a bunch of letters from the people I'd helped sitting there on my nightstand. Right, a window. The room's gotta have a window. I want to see the sunlight one last time. When I think that, whether there's a room or a bed, it feels like it's not so important whether I have a wife or kids anymore. Looks like I stopped caring about dying somewhere along the way, a long time ago. Mommy, isn't a long journey hard? Why didn't everybody choose to stay somewhere else? Dorothy, everyone is hanging on because they want to see with their own eyes what the path far ahead holds. Will I go on the journey with you one day? Dorothy, you will make your own journey. Mommy? Why are you crying? Is it because you don't want me to leave? I don't have to go to the summer camp if you don't want me to go. No, Dorothy. Your future doesn't belong to me. Dorothy, one day, Mommy will stand here and send you off on your journey. Dorothy, the sights you will see in the future will be like nothing I've ever seen. Dorothy, why are you crying? Don't you like this place? The child stands on her tiptoes and reaches her hand out to try and wipe the tears on Dorothy's face. Dorothy lifts her hand as well, and just as she's about to take the girl's hand, she puts her hand down. No, my dear friend, this is the land of dreams that I've been searching for all my life. How I hope I can find peace and happiness for all of you. But your futures don't belong to me. I shouldn't trap you here, and I shouldn't trap myself here. I will send you off on your journeys. The sights you will see in the future will be like nothing I've ever seen. Dr. Silence, am I seeing things? Are all the silver liquids retreating? The laboratory. Why is it suddenly turning around and heading towards the labs? If it keeps going, it'll reach... Right, that's its target, the place it was born. With a loud bang, the remaining half of the building suddenly crumbles. Unlike its previous growth stage, it does not patiently wait to dissolve the crumbled building structure. It simply retrieves all the energy and, without hesitation, it tears into its own heart. The large geometric construct rapidly crumbles away. The dust scatters in all directions, and a stream of silver liquid slowly flows on the ground. The sky, too, has returned to its original color.
No. Impossible. The data. Show me the data. The test subject disconnected from the hub, and structure completely collapsed. The hub is destroyed?
That's right, Ferdinand.
Mary? I'm not dreaming, am I? That monster is actually gone? We're saved. We're saved. Mary, did you see that?
Don't let your guard down. We still have the bad guys from Ryan Lab to deal with. Wait, are the Ryan Labbers retreating? Hold on, who's that? And are they wearing? Director Franks destroyed her own creation. She did it. You believed in her the whole time, didn't you? Gray, she said, you have the same kind of courage as the pioneers, but I couldn't tell her in time that she was just as brave. So brave that she was willing to wake up from the dream she weaved of her own love. Dorothy, how do you feel? Does it hurt anywhere? I can't say I feel very good, but I feel relaxed. So, did you find your answer? Answer? No. What I found was a new journey. And it belongs only to them. I have another path to walk. I wonder, did the others wake up too, or is it just Dorothy? I mean, either way, they're probably continuing their nice dream. At least maybe for them. The ones who are left there. While the others who can wake up probably woke up. How does it feel to have your dreams crushed?
Only Dorothy knows the exact location of the hub. Could it really be that Dorothy destroyed the system she created herself? Can she control this creation?
You can't imagine that, can you? That's because you've never considered the possibility that Dorothy would inject herself too. That she would plug herself into that thing.
It's not like you saw her do it.
I didn't, but I know her. Her heart lies with the pioneers. For them, she would do whatever it took as many times as it took, without hesitation, and she'd choose to stop when, and if, it became necessary.
I have to find her. Her research is more impressive than I imagined. Our experiment is not over yet. What's going on? Where are the defense personnel? Director Clooney, the observation station's surrounded. On whose authority? No, it doesn't matter who they are. How did they find out about the site?
Haha, my arts? Finally, it's enough for those control panels you use to disrupt communications. It did take me some time, so I've got to thank you for teaching me patience.
You did it right in front of me.
If you would just pay more attention to what's going on around you, and listen more carefully when you talk, you could have figured me out.
They're here, Director Clooney. Ugh! Rhine Lab Energy Section Director, Ferdinand Clooney. We have proof beyond a reasonable doubt that you have violated clinical laboratory regulations and have been conducting illegal experiments at the site. Surrender immediately and order your subordinates to drop their weapons. This is all just a misunderstanding. Please let me make a call. Not exactly in accordance with procedure, but knock yourself out. The number's not in service. Who do you work for? I need to talk to the colonel. Look, I know a lot about colonels who run a lot of regiments. You want to be a little more specific? Well,
There are countless weapons pointed at him. The name is frozen on the tip of his tongue. Suddenly, Ferdinand is relieved that he did not reveal the name to the crowd.
pick up your comm.
It's me.
Ha ha ha. I get it now, Kirsten. You won. Congratulations.
This was never about winning or losing, Ferdinand. Your bet almost destroyed Rhine Lab.
Rhine. I told you I would build the most fantastic laboratory in Altera here, and I did it. I will ensure that the Rhine name lives on gloriously in the speech in the epoch to come. And what about you? Do you really care about Rhine, Kirsten? You don't. You only want to burn all of our efforts as fuel for yourself. It's for Rhine's sake that you must be stopped.
Rhine Lab doesn't belong to you. It doesn't belong to anyone. Ferdinand Clooney, you're too easily distracted. Rhine doesn't need an academic like you.
You came here just to fire me, Control?
I'm reminding you to make the smart choice.
You mean accept your proposal to hire a top lawyer and use your relationship with the government to have me locked away in a state prison for 2 centuries? How smart that would be.
Ferdinand? He killed himself? Ferdinand, don't do that. Let me bonk you first. Gosh darn it, Ferdinand. Man. The floor structure here is broken through.
I think you might have escaped, ma'am. It's a pain in the neck to catch these smartasses who make preparations in advance. But not like we had much of a choice.
Aw, he's escaping. I mean, that leaves me a chance to bonk him, but... Man... Ferdinand...
After him. He won't get far without help.
It all turned out just as you wanted, Saria. The situation has changed thanks to the message you and Rhodes Island brought here. Ferdinand failed, and you saved Rhine Lab once again. I should go. Saria. I don't remember everything that happened all those years ago. I noticed that you tweaked your art's casting methods. The reconstitution effect your calcification has on matter particles is more complicated and intricate now. You abandoned the formula that the two of us developed together in the early days. Defense techniques that have been cracked have no value. And I was the only one ever to crack calcification. Yes. Goodbye, Kirsten. Bye, Kirsten. See you later. He hated these preparations. After all, only losers have to resort to backup plans. Ferdinand's laboratory has never needed so many plans. After all, he has always had a masterful control of the tides. Many say that he is a capable businessman, but they don't understand. He simply stays on the right path and marches on endlessly. As long as he walks faster than anyone, money and attention will come pouring in. And with these resources, he can walk faster and farther. But today, he has no choice but to walk this dark and narrow path. an escape route that he never seriously considered he would have to take. There is someone waiting for him at the end of this path. Why would anyone be waiting for him? His coworkers, his family, Elena, none of them knew of this plan. Aside from him, there should be no one who knows this place. Based on the manga, I was just expecting Kirsten to just be sitting. And she was sitting! Doing her own thing, like in the manga. You're here at last, Ferdinand. I've been waiting entire minutes.
Ho'oheak. I never expected that the last person to help me would be a mercenary.
Oh? Ooh, is she gonna bonk him?
You aren't here to help me. Then why not pull the trigger already?
Relax, Ferdinand. I'm not here to kill you either.
I'm not sure I believe that. The Colonel, the army wants me silenced, I'm sure of it. And Kirsten wants me locked up. I'd turn crazy like Locum Williams if I ended up in prison. Either that, or I would have to roll over and rot away as a corpse. Mad scientists are hardly a strange sight here in Colombia, but it's not like the military or government could shoulder the infamy that comes with sacrificing civilians in evil experiments. I have no idea how Kirsten caught wind of what's going on in the site so easily, or how she managed to convince the bureaucrats in the government in such a short amount of time.
Oh?
It's you. You are no normal mercenary. You are a spy. Did the government hire you? Who do you work for?
Shh. Let's not waste our breath on all that. In Colombia, men like you can't hide anything. Not even escape routes that look so discreet on the surface. He watches as the woman in front of him walks closer. A chill runs down his spine. Not even the conversation he had with Kirsten a few minutes ago made him despair. Yet right now, when the librarian reaches her hand out toward him, an extreme pain rushes up from his stomach and claws at his throat. He almost vomits on the spot. Look how messy your hair is, Ferdinand. It would ruin your image if you went out like this. Right. You might want to know that I've already torn your getaway car to pieces. But you just made a very smart choice. You could have dragged Kirsten and Ride Lab down with you, but you didn't. You do actually care as much about Rhine Lab as you said. You made sure that there's still hope for everyone in the future, even if that future doesn't necessarily include you. So, right, I'll say it how you like to say it. I forgive you. Walk forward about another 10 yards. There's a suit of power armor in the firefighting cabinet. The newest kind. You can wear it. You can control it remotely. You can even ignore it. It's your call. Even though you can never come back to Trimonts. And it'd be in your best interest to stay away from other nomadic cities. There are still vaster lands waiting for you. Now, hop to it. Pioneer. Well, Ferdinand's gonna be a pioneer now. I still want to bonk him. But there's hope to bonk him. Maybe. Kind of, sort of. Embark. The backpack has been prepared. The wind has blown away the dark clouds. The unknown awaits ahead. I shall take a sip of my fruit punch before continuing. Yummy, yummy fruit punch. Dorothy! Dorothy, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Slow down. You almost knocked me over. It's all my fault. If I'd found out what Ferdinand's been up to sooner, if I'd figured out a way to tell everyone sooner, if I talked to you a little more, if... Sheesh, look at you. You came all the way here from the observation in a hurry. There's dirt on your face. It might have gotten on my face when I was beating up Ferdinand. Good job, Elena. I already forget what I grabbed to beat him with. My hand was shaking really bad. Were you taking it out on him? Wait, so when she did jump him, she actually did beat him up a bit. Yet Ferdinand was still like, yo, Elena, I still accept you. Man, he really is down bad for her. No, that didn't feel good at all. Dorothy, I'm disappointed and I'm angry, but after the dust has settled, and after seeing those soldiers run after him, I also started to feel really bad. Because of everything Ferdinand did? No, because of what he could have done. I still remember everything he taught me, and I still believe that. When he told me about his grand ideas, there wasn't an inkling of deception behind the light in his eyes. And there was a time when I wanted his recognition more than anything. That's gotta be really silly, right? Saying stuff like that? Not even a little, Elena. Sometimes, it's harder to accept than to deny. You won't have to be anyone's assistant ever again. He won't cast his shadow on you again. But the flames he lit still burn in your eyes. His end is your start point. And there's no doubt you will walk much farther than he ever did. Dorothy, why do you sound like you're saying goodbye? And what do you mean I won't be an assistant anymore? I know you plugged yourself into the hub, but that doesn't mean there's something wrong with your body, right? Calm down. I'm fine. If you don't believe me, ask our good doctor. I make no guarantees. Olivia, are you finished checking in all the pioneers? There's still one more to go. The transmitter is still flowing through you. You are showing no physical abnormalities at the moment, but no one can tell how things might develop in the future. You don't need to worry about me, my dear doctor. These substances flowing inside me pose no greater threat than the crystals on your bodies and the brewing storm up ahead. But those little things won't stop us, will they? Certainly not. The out-of-control construct caused significant destruction to the base. There is hardly any rubble in front of them, only a clean floor of silvery white. Before long, even that will be cleaned up. But there will always be traces left here. Suddenly, the silver river in front begins to move again. The reflection of the rain clouds, huh? Acknowledged. The government has taken over all administration of the site, and per our agreement, Rhodes Island needs to destroy all the information we've collected. But this isn't the end. I just got a new lead about Ferdinand's backer. I'm on my way to meet with the informant now. Doctor? Saria stops in her tracks and looks up. There are rain clouds slowly drifting their way into the city. At the test site, some 60 miles away, somebody else is thinking the exact same thing. It's about to rain in Tri-Mounts. That's a nice image of both of them looking up or thinking. That's pretty much a wrap. Thanks for helping us clean up, Gray. I'm glad I could help, Mr. Sunny. And, there's not actually much to clean. We did good. Looks just like how things were when we got here. Hey, do me a favor and pass on our apology and some thanks to your coworkers. It's just like you said, you Rhodes Islanders pulled us up out of our funk. No, Mr. Sunny. It was you and the rest of the pioneers who saved yourselves. Did you forget? If you hadn't made your voice heard, we wouldn't have had the chance to take your hand. I'm blessed to have a friend like you, my little engineer buddy. I'll never forget what you told me, not to mention everything that happened here at the site. And Mary. It's my job to make sure you all get away from the site. What I was gonna say is, you still got a chance to arrest me. This whole mess is an experiment gone wrong, thanks to the work of a lone actor. That's the word from on high, anyway. And since those Ryan researchers didn't want to press charges, your little kidnapping isn't in the records. No, I'm talking about the last couple days. I'm not talking about the last couple days. I'm talking about 4 years ago. Do you know why I signed up for the experiment that night? Every pioneer has a reason to want to go back to the city, and my reason is I have to go back to someone I hurt bad, someone who used to be my dearest friend. I owe her an apology, and I deserve to be judged. I've been on the run for 4 years. At first, I thought the way swallowed my dreams and changed me into a different man. But that's not what happened. On that night 4 years ago, I killed the Sonny Romano, who believed in justice and equality. I did it with my own 2 hands. If you do get arrested, there's only 2 possible punishments waiting for you. 1, you'll get thrown in prison and then the infected quarantine zone once you've done your time. And the other, you'd be a pioneer and the nomadic cities will be closed to you forever. I know. But you're already a pioneer. So that means you. Let's stop with all this talk about whether I forgive you or not. Your old buddy is here to send you on your way. Shouldn't you hurry up and do something more meaningful? A long overdue, warm hug. A true reunion, and also a formal farewell after years apart. Have you figured out where to go next? It's some guy who's got a bunch of letters for a name. Starts with a D. He sent us all a kind of weird email the other day. And there was an invitation to work with him attached. I still have no idea how he got the contact information for the Pioneer team. He doesn't seem like he's from a recruiting agency. You should be more careful the next time you pick up work. Try not to break the login either. Otherwise, it doesn't matter where you run. I'll drag you back here. I promise. Haha. You got it, officer. Well, they had their happy ending, I guess. Not far away, his brothers and sisters on the Pioneer team call out to him. Sonny knows that this time, he's truly prepared to go on his journey. He made up with Mary. They started up cleaning up the mess at the test site. It was your energy director who made the mess anyway. Ryan Lab's still in charge of cleanup. Yeah, it was your energy director who made the mess anyway. Yeah, I guess this is a kind of corporate social responsibility for us, huh? I'm more willing to believe this is a deal. On the essence of what you just said, I agree. Alright, not like there's anyone who believes that explanation here. Those pioneers. You've been watching them for a while. They're starting a new journey. I wonder what they'll find next time. Again and again, in a never-ending cycle, they can never go back home, and they might never again have a place they can even call home.
Doctor, I found that the Ryan personnel are digging away at the rubble of the labs. Director Mulsis, you're here too.
Mulsis, have you figured out when you'll answer my question yet? Question? What is it that's bothering me? When I'm prepared to talk, you'll be the first to know, Dr. Misaki Nobunaga. By the way, did Elena ever give the pioneers the The warmers that Dorothy made? Or does she still have them in her bag? Relax, it's all been taken care of. No civilians will ever find out what happened at Site 359. There is no chance of anyone using this against you in your upcoming election. Yes, I'm well out of Trimonts already. On my way to Max DC now. Ferdinand? He's no threat anymore. You can be sure of that. Ma'am, you're standing right outside Rhine Lab. Why did you lie to the vice president? Because I still remember my original goal. He doesn't know how far he's walked. His aching hoarse throat reminds him that his body cannot bear such exhaustion. However, it feels as though Trimonts is right behind him. It could be right in front of him too. The shadow of a nomadic city is enormous, and it grows endlessly with the passage of time. He must hurry. Hurry. Where is he going in such a hurry? Will someone betray him at the next waypoint, just as Elena and Ho'olheok did? Hold it there. We know who you are, Ferdinand. You think you get to just walk away scot-free after everything you've done? Yeah, Ferdinand, your disguise is not working. The power armor suit. Don't think that gear you're going in is going to scare us. You talk big, but you can't actually control it. Even if you open fire and kill us all here, you run into the next team of pioneers. Look out into the wastes. Look out into the wastes. No friends here. Your enemy's gone forever. It doesn't matter. The transmitter he developed himself is right at his fingertips. All he has to do is inject it into himself, and he will immediately be able to wield this power armor with ease. And all these so-called enemies will be powerless against him. But why doesn't he do it? Is it because he doesn't have the courage that Dorothy does? Or is it because... Ferdinand, you are the one who's being left behind by the times, the grand ideals in your eyes, because you never believed that you belong to this epoch. You always talk about how you're in control of it. You're always thinking, controlling, but you never feel. Whose voice is this? Is it Elena's? Right. If you don't want to be left behind, you must become a part of it. The power armor remains silent. It proceeds no further, and it does not put up a struggle. It simply raises its arms, just like it is embracing the winds, the sunlight, and the lands before it. An onslaught of angry pioneers rushes toward it, and just as the silver monster that once hovered midair above the test site swallows the iron-forged body whole. Does the Mainlander Foundation still have doubts about this? No control. I'm not representing Mainlander this time. I'm a busy woman, you know. Right, so it so happens I prefer to skip the pleasantries. You retrieved the most crucial part of the experiment at Site 359. The hub was destroyed in its entirety, but Dorothy, that's what it says. By Dorothy. That's what it says in the report submitted to the government. But it so happens that I saw a team in some pretty low-key outfits driving a discreet, completely curtained off transport into your personal laboratory. Sorry I said you turned a blind eye to what Ferdinand was doing. Perhaps it would be more accurate to say you used him. The thing you wanted most is now sitting right on your desk. The cleanup work at Site 359 is a project that Rhine Lab had to take. And every day, countless failed experiments, byproducts, are destroyed. No matter what it is you think you saw, it's not worthy of outside attention. Destroyed? Well, of course. I'm sure that scrap heap is gone from your desk. Evidence can be destroyed, and memories can be modified. But whenever something happens, it tends to have a lasting effect on the things that come after.
Loken, Parvis, Ferdinand. Maybe at some point in the future, their names will be completely absent from the history books. But there is no doubt they changed the course of history. Arts unit implants, technologies imbued with revived ancient Sarkaz powers, power armor controllable over long distance, and mental manifestation networks over even broader areas. What will be the next experiment that alters the very epoch we live in? A researcher is here to explore all the possibilities out there. I don't make predictions. Suppose that memories can leap past the limitations of time. Predictions are nothing more than rediscovering history that's been buried. Why don't we reacquaint ourselves, Kirsten Wright? I'm Holheok, historian and honorary president of the Colombian Astrological Research Association.
Wait. How many jobs does she have? She's a historian, she's a president of a research association, she's also a mercenary. Hayok. Girl, you work so much. And forgive me for making a prediction right here and now. Perhaps I will be the partner you will most need, and very soon. Miss Astesia, researcher Elena isn't back yet. I know. She told me already. I just want to stay here a little while so I can see her when she comes back. Haha. Sometimes I'm jealous of Elena having a sister that cares so much about her. Who was that? Wait. The astrolabe lit up? The sky after the rain is always exceptionally clear. This is one of the rare reasons that Kirsten ever steps out of her laboratory. It isn't that she particularly likes the twinkling lights. If conjectures cannot be proven, then they are only self-deceiving lies. Yet lies aren't completely meaningless. Even if a shadow has been twisted thousands of times, it is still cast by something that is real and truthful. Lies exist only to demonstrate one thing, that the truth also exists. It isn't hidden among these radiant, twinkling stars, and the sky also isn't as far as it seems. When she reaches out her hand, she surely will be able to touch it. The only truth that has been suffocating the people from up above for thousands of years. Well, it ends with Kirsten. The man Ho'oheok. She was super duper important.
Doctor.
Like, dang. I feel like she was like the hidden main character in a way. The hidden boss. Then now I'll try 2 more times for Dorothy. Hey Dorothy, you wanna come to my Rhodes Island now that we're besties? I'll give you 2 more of these tickets. Dorothy, is it you?
Lava. 術師だ。暇でしょうがなかったから、なんとなくここに来たってわけなんだが。
Hey
私の
Lava.
天敵もここにいるって聞いてな。
Sorry, but you cannot
今から抜
quit.
けてもいいか。
Now who's next?
私はロベルタ。また会えたね。ここにサインしたら君専属のスタイリストになれるってことかな。オペレーターになる？どっちでもいいよ。ここにいられるなら問題なし。
Hey Roberta.
プリムと申します。以前はラテラーの護衛隊に所属しておりました。あなたの矛となり、翼となり、命をお守りするために戦う所存です。
Hey Plume. Why did I not skip? Because, man, I feel like I'm gonna accidentally go over some one that I shouldn't. Like, even if it's the same people over and over, it's fine. Like, hi. Hi, my operators.
君が訓練場のボス？ドクターって君の名前？でも君丈夫そうに見えないぞ。まあいいか。僕はバブル。今のところ部族では一番弱いけど、パパの次ぐらいに強くなれるように訓練してもらうぞ。
Hey there, Bubble. Man, Bubble is still adorable. I really like the way they made her blush.
はじめましてドクター。プレゼントにこれをどうぞ。僕の集めた鉱物が入った標本ケースで、転生石に緑晶石、こっちが電気石で、これが玉髄。
Dang, Chestnut went all out, huh? Yo, thanks, Chestnut.
よっ、人を見る目があるなボス。世界で一番強い地下剣闘士とはあたいのことさ。
Sup, Bee Hunter?
スカベンジャーだ。汚い仕事は任せてくれ。あんたも連中と一緒だ。金さえ払ってくれればいい。
Hey, Scavenger. What's more terrifying to explore for the sky and the ocean? In this case, I'm gonna say the ocean because, you know, all the sea creatures, oh man. Like that one talking fish, tadpole thing.
はじめましてドクター。プレゼントにこれをどうぞ。僕の集めた鉱物が入った標本ケースで、転生石に緑晶石、こっちが電気石で、これが玉髄。
Hey there, Chestnut.
大将、どうも。ジェイと申します。星熊さんに勧められてロドスに来やした。海産物は一通りわかりやす。あとは料理と包丁さばきもまあ悪くないと思うんで、その辺お手伝いできると思いやす。
Hey there, Jay. Man, I really want to hire Jay, just like in general. He can make food and he can clean. I'm pretty sure anyways. At the very least cook and probably wash the dishes afterwards. Man, come on, Jay. There's lots of seafood here. Ooh.
ミノスから参りました。
え？
祭司のパラスです。この度ロドスで一息つかせていただきます。とは言ったものの、美酒と演劇によるもてなしを切に願います。そしてそれ以上に戦場を渇望しています。
Hello, Palace. I did not expect to get you. But hi, hello, ma'am. First time getting her. She felt like coming home after the event. I got a priestess. Welcome to my Rhodes Island. I like the flower in your head. It's a pretty flower. That was unexpected. Another last try for you, Dorothy. If you don't want to come home yet, that's fine, Dorothy. I'll be patient, but just in case. Oh, well. That was a pull.
私はフェン、やり使いです。新米チームの隊長もしています。ロドスの力になれるよう、チームメンバーと共に全力を尽くす覚悟です。
Hey, Fang.
はじめまして、ドクター。アリアと申します。あ、いえ、インディゴと申します。これまでは東大の森人の見習いをしていました。これからは術師として、もちろん見習いとしてよろしくお願いします。
Hey, Indigo. Well, at least I'm getting a bunch of certificates.
こんちは、ドクター。私は宴。オペレーターにはまだ成り立てほやほやだけどね。趣味は、そこまで言わなくていい？そっか。じゃあ、今日からよろしくね。
Hey, Utage.
はじめまして、ドクター。プレゼントにこれをどうぞ。僕の集めた鉱物が入った標本ケースで、天聖石に緑青石。こっちが電気石で、これが玉髄。
Yo, thanks, Chestnut, for another box. Chestnut really wants to visit me today, huh?
グムっていうの、君がドクターだね。ロドスのみんなと一緒にグムたちを助けてくれたこと、本当に感謝してるよ。グムに特別な力はないけど、できることは精一杯やってドクターの力になるよ。
Hey there, Gummy.
はじめまして、ドクター。私はビーンストーク。今日からここで。このケースの中身？この子は PK キって言うんだ。ほら、P ちゃん、ドクターに挨拶して。
Hey there, Beanstalk and Pea Cake.
私はアンブリエル、ラテラーノ出身の狙撃手。でさ、自己紹介なんてめんどいから、もうこんぐらいでいいっしょ。はい、さっき開けたばっかのチョコ。まあ、一本食っときなって。
Hey, Ambriel, thank you for the chocolate.
はじめまして、上官、ロンメン消防署所属のショーです。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
Hi, Shay. Hi, Shaw.
私はロベルタ。また会えたね。ここにサインしたら君専属のスタイリストになれるってことかな。
オペレーターになる？どっちでもいいよ。ここにいられるなら問題なし。
Hey, Roberta.
アルカナの導きにより、ようやくお主とわらわの運命が交わるのじゃな、ドクター。
Hey there, Gitano. Though, this was a good pull for certificates, I will say that. Though, yo, the event was fun. I like learning about Rhine Lab. Harvest, though, he was just there to have fun. He just wanted to watch the madness unfold. He probably went home. Of course, he made his tea. Maybe he even made some popcorn. I was like, yep, let's see what happens. And of course, Kirsten was just chilling as one do when you're Kirsten. Musis was trolling a bit. Heok was a surprise. But gosh darn it, I wish I could have personally bonked Ferdinand. He better have at least left some good stuff for his wife and kids, if not, oof. Oh, Elena, I got you this nice new lab. I got you the biggest and most brand new, beautiful lab, Elena, for you, Elena. It's like, what about your kids, sir? What about them? This isn't about them. It's about you, Elena. Gosh darn it, Ferdinand. Well, I feel good since I went through the story. I gotta farm it a bunch while I eat something. Maybe an Uncrustable, because I'm craving something sweet. So thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day and epic gacha luck. I feel satisfied. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.